Hello, people. So I just wanted to record this really quick to show what I did before I move on. Um, so when I got here with Lolita and moved her into the house, her refrigerator was empty. So like all that stuff I had put in there is gone. Um, and at first I was like, okay, well, that shows, how hard it is to find live fruit and death fish and whatever. Then I remember all those grapes that she had got from when she was, doing world adventures. So what I did is went into an old save before she had left Sunset Valley. I added this random guy into her household, had him take everything out of the refrigerator, then saved him to the bin. And then I just went into this current save, took him from the bin, merged him into her household, and voila, everything is here that was in her refrigerator previously. So what a relief that that worked. And now I'll just like delete him. I don't care about him, poor guy. But yeah, I just wanted to record that and let you know like how I did fix the problem. Oh, so I got all of her stuff that she had. I mean, she had a lot of stuff in there. I wanted her to grow maybe some live fruit and maybe, some grapes, or maybe even one of her descendants or something might do it. I don't know. But I just wanted to have the option, I went through a lot of trouble getting all of this stuff. Since I'm recording, I might as well show you what we did with the place. I decided to use this house because I just liked the lot, I guess. I don't know. It's funny because I didn't like this house. I lived over here and I thought this house was so junky looking, because I was living in this big fancy house. I think actually I moved that house to that lot there when I was living here. But anyway, so she has all that stuff from World Adventures, and I never use that stuff in, any of my games. I don't know why. I just like get it and then never do anything with it. So I decided to try to use like as much of it as possible. So she's got her little gnome from France there. She's got her snake there so that she doesn't constantly pull it out of her inventory, because that drives me nuts. She's got her tent there, dive well, drop a stone. She's got her movable statue that we went through so much trouble with. There is a bike stand there, but it's an invisible one, so I made it look like the scooter was like up against it. Well, I guess it doesn't look like it is. Maybe I'll use move objects later and do that. And just like the statues, I put out the ones from France and I put out the ones from China, but I didn't put out the ones from Egypt. You get these when you finish a tomb or, whatever. I got these ones from China. That's the Hot Springs Cave and the Halls of the Lost Army. Okay, and then I've got a couple snakes here. This is the funny part. She's got a bunch of sarcophagus back here. And I put a thing here in her room, another in the spare room. We've got the, is it Tear of Horus here? One of her vases. There's another vase there. I put all of her, this whole rack is full of wine. And then that's like 2 complete collections or more. I'm not sure. I know the Canocopic things were a collection, and then I think these 4 were a collection. I think the snakes, nothing, but I just like it, and there was a space there, so there's that. And, we've got the Axe of Pangu here. So there's like this pretty much crappy house with like these really expensive objects. Speaking of expensive objects, oh my gosh, we need a burglar alarm. I'm gonna do that right now before I forget. Why am I up in the air? Okay, let's do that before we forget. I was gonna do it yesterday when I was setting all this up, and then I completely forgot. So there we go, we've got that. And I subtracted the money that adding that guy into the household gave me. So this is her new abode. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with her. Her thing makes me think maybe I'll put her in the music career. I don't know. I really have absolutely no idea what I'm going to be doing right now, which is why I wasn't planning on like recording, but I did want to show you getting that stuff from that guy and letting you know how I did it, you know, cuz I mean, I was really upset. Can't be designed. I want this. The gate doesn't match. It's going to drive me nuts. I mean, how can you have a gate that doesn't match? It made me think of that in the Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall, when they say, how can you have your pudding if you don't eat any meat? Oh, gates are down here. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. No, that is definitely not a gate I want. That's the same ugly gate as that one. Is there seriously no gate that goes with this fence? Because I might end up having to replace the fence just so I can have a gate that matches, because that'll drive me nuts. I like this. This would look nice, don't you think? Like right there? It's kind of isolating though, you know. Although, do we really want our neighbors to be staring in our yard? This is, that came with, oh, what was that pack? I forget. I kind of like that. Definitely don't think that this would be good. It would be too fancy. Too fancy. What's this? Oh. Oh, me likey. What is this fence? Aha, it's this division fence. Okay, hold on. I was not planning on doing this. This is a total... Okay, what color do we want? There's this brown, there's white, and there's black. Put it out of black. Put out of brown. I'm not sure what this came from. I don't remember this fence anymore. Oh, I really like them all. I mean, eventually I'll probably paint the house, so I guess that doesn't matter. Yep, I think black. There we go. It's so nice. I like the black looks good with those stones. Although it kind of drives me crazy that there's like green showing around the, whatever. Whatever. Okay, so I'm not sure, like I said, what I'm gonna do with her. Maybe I'll just wait for her to get some whims. She does want to make some friends, so maybe I'll send her to socialize somewhere. I don't know. Yep, that's the house we had last time we did Ultimate Sim. I'm gonna stop recording now. Okay, so I'm assuming that I'm adding this onto the other video that I had already started, and I showed you Lolita's house over here. Okay, so I went through and I've added a bunch of houses. I actually did a recording while I was doing it, and it ended up like an hour long, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there is no way that I want to go through and edit this whole thing. Make all valuable objects invisible on this lot. There we go. Okay, so cars will park there, but you won't see like a parking spot. So anyway, yeah, I've added a bunch of new lots. So this is one of the lots When I first saw it, I was like, eh, but then I was like, you know what? That is pretty cool, like in the trailer park area of the, of the neighborhood. This is like what are those storage boxes things? And this is, I guess you could say it's shipping containers. That's a word. That one's kind of like shipping containers too. I mean, they don't match perfectly in with all these, but I'll tell you what, I had a really hard time finding anything that's a 20 by 30. Like, these are 20 by 30s. I had a really hard time. Everything was like a 30 by 20. I had the same problem with getting the 40 by 30. No, 30 by 40. The ones that are shorter in the front. Okay, so we've got this new farmhouse here. And you can see it when it loads. There it goes. Isn't it fancy? Somebody living here? Oh, okay. I was going to say, what the heck? I guess the car comes with it. If the car loads, there it goes. Oh, speaking of cars, I saw some really cool cars that I want to download. There was like a Dodge Charger and what was the other one? A Mini Cooper. Okay, so I made our base camp lot here. I'm gonna try to link all of these lots for you. It might be a little difficult for me to do because I downloaded a lot of lots, and I didn't use all of them. So yeah, you'll have to forgive me if I don't. But this is our base camp lot. It's got all kinds of stuff growing and everything. And I figured, it's like, this is like a down home, farming community. So maybe people come out here. You know how, like, rich people go places to, okay, they'll go to a farm and muck out horse stalls and stuff, and it's like the country experience or something. And it's like, dude, you're just doing somebody's job. It's not really the country experience. The people that live there, they're making fun of you. Okay, and then this lot, I had a horrible time finding anything that would look good on this lot because it's not here. You can kind of see it right. Oh, geez. Right here. See how it's like here? There's this space. So it's not against the sidewalk. So every house that I tried to put there looked weird because it was like not on the sidewalk. So I had to, this one I thought this would look okay without, because it has like a natural walkway. So I got rid of it. This whole area was like this stone here. So I just got rid of, the stone and put in more grass and then just put in, like a dirt parking spot. So I thought this one was pretty cute though. A little farmhouse out here. Let's see what else is new over here. What did I add? I added this house. This is new. I actually have this house in the neighborhood twice. Like I said, a 30 by 40 lot was really hard for me to find. It would fit in with this neighborhood, I mean. And then this one is another new one that's also a 30 by 40. I put in a 20 by 30. Oh, over here. Ah. Come on, turn. There we go. I mean, it's nothing fancy or anything, but it's got like a little pond back here and stuff. I don't know. And then I put, now, if you hear that noise, that's my dog. Oh, I didn't make that an invisible drive thing. I put in the parking spot there because there wasn't one there. Okay, let's see. What else is new? That's that area done. I'm very excited about this house. So, see how this house's roof is? It's like this house's roof over here that comes with the neighborhood. Isn't that cool? I was so excited when I found that. So neat. Okay, and then this is the house that I just said that I put the exact house over there. And then there's an empty lot over here, but I usually put the playground from Generations there, so I didn't want to. And there's my house. I'm looking really nice there. And then let's wait for this house to load. This one's loaded. I had to change out the trees that were in the back because they were like this really bright green and they look completely out of place. So I thought that this was kind of cool. It looks like it kind of matches, you know. Dude, I was doing this for so long. Don't tell me that was all I added. Oh, and then I added a big lot over here. Over here. Let's wait for it to load. There was another house that I wanted to put here that I really, really liked, but it ended up being a 64 by 64 lot. But I think this one, it actually looks really good. And the nice thing about it, it's not that expensive. So, you know, maybe somebody will actually be able to afford to live there. I think that is all of the new lots. And I'm leaving this area over here completely empty for, you know, once we get like some store lots and stuff that we can, you know, we'll put those there. So that is it for the new lots. Other things that have been happening. Let me try to explain this for you. Okay, first of all, Lolita got this wish, whatever, to have her first romance. Now, I had done the makeovers on everybody in this entire neighborhood, and I knew the traits of everybody in this neighborhood from when I was trying to, you know, do the alpha, omega, beta designation. So I knew, you know, that there was like absolutely nobody here that I was interested in. What I ended up doing is let me do something so you have something to look at while I'm talking. She's playing tag with this guy here. I forget his name. I'm pretty sure he's married. Aiden Jones, yeah. It's one of the Jones. They're married. They live up on the hill in the house that's haunted. Funnily enough, there's also a little newspaper girl with the last name Jones. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? I went on to the wiki and I looked at like all of the NPCs and everything, and it turned out there were quite a few NPCs and maybe even ghosts and stuff, and I was like, they seem kind of interesting actually. And okay, and this guy used to be the burglar, but he's not anymore. So I picked out this guy for her. His name's Ron Lee, and I have like this whole story in my head about him, and I was like so excited to hopefully get her with him. Well, so the next day I wanted to see what his sign was, his zodiac. He used to be a handyman. So the next day I got on to the game and I wanted to see what his zodiac sign was, because one of my like stories I have in my head is that he has family that's like spread out all over the different worlds, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. So I wanted to see what his zodiac sign was to see if like he could be like a twin with one of the others, but no, he doesn't have the same zodiac as any of them. But I hope that music doesn't end up being really loud for you. Let's go look at something else. At first it wasn't that loud for me, and then it started getting louder and louder. When I searched for him, it didn't bring him up. And I'm like, what the heck? What's going on? Why isn't it showing him, you know, when I search? Because you can do a search in Master Controller. So instead of searching for his first name, this Ron Lee, I searched for Lee instead, and it brought up a Julius Lee. And then when Ron Lee starts, and hopefully I can remember to show you like a thing on the screen of, you know, when I went to see him in a different neighborhood, he starts with only 3 traits. Well, I had picked out traits to give him. There's someone in the graveyard with the last name Lee, and so I want that to be his father. And the cool thing is, though, is they have a couple of the same favorites. And like the other Lees that I want to be siblings, like have similar like favorites, and, you know, I just think and, you know, skills and stuff. I just think it's going to be so cool to have, you know, like make up this whole story with this family. It turned out it was one of the settings that I had in story progression, but I didn't realize that, you know, at the time. So I spent like most of the day yesterday, and I sat here with the story progression interactions thing on the other screen, and I just went one setting to the next, reading exactly what each one of them does and deciding what settings that I wanted. Like, I spent hours on it. What I ended up doing is this morning I went into a Riverview brand new, and I used Porter to take all of those Sims, the service Sims and homeless Sims, and I brought them here, and then I deleted all the homeless Sims that the mod has created, and all the ones that were already here that the mod had like changed their traits and all this stuff from. And I think I've got really good settings now for everything. Look at all these people just like crowding around to watch her play guitar. Who's calling her? How do you pronounce that name? Fatima? Lolita has made enough best friends to complete the Everybody's Best Friend skill challenge. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. So I was thinking she could maybe go out to eat. Is it open? Who can she eat with? Oh my gosh, she can eat with like any of those people are there. She ate earlier with Walter and Yvette Grisby. Who can she? You know, I don't really think she... Oh my gosh, she's best friends now with Sammy. I was like, I don't really think she should become friends with him. But okay. Because he's a kleptomaniac. I just like sending them out to eat because, well, she don't need social, but they'll get like social, they'll use the toilet, they'll eat, so it's like all that stuff done at one time. Wow, I sent a lot of people with her. Whatever. To make some friends. I think when this consort grow is saying updating 22 Sims, 19 not found, I think the 19 not found are the ones that are still living in Sunset Valley. Kind of interesting then, huh? It's gonna end up being a huge file for Consort Grow by the time I add all of the neighborhoods, isn't it? Some setting that was like so messed up, and it just kept creating more and more and more homeless Sims. And so I had like 60 homeless Sims, and it was just crazy. I got rid of those other Sims, took my Sims that I had just ported from Riverview, you know, a blank Riverview save, you know, a brand new save. These are the homeless Sims from Riverview. These are the service Sims from Riverview. And then I did the same thing with Sunset Valley, but I don't know if I'm ever going to do anything with The Sims from Sunset Valley. Well, there were a couple of them that seemed a little interesting, but most of them I was pretty disappointed about. Hey, do you know Lucky? We'll give a charming introduction to Lucky Perkins. He was our friend in the Ultimate Sim. He died, and we brought him back to life. And then we made him young again.
Free.
Okay, so talk to Lucky while I try to explain all of this. I have this list of Sims in Riverview and Sunset Valley that have other Sims with the same exact last name. I went through and looked at every Sim. Oh, you need to go home and go to sleep, huh? I looked at every Sim that is a homeless Sim or a service Sim. And if they have the same last name as Sims in another world, then I made note of it. Is the TV on? Yeah, that gnome keeps turning the TV on. I wrote down all of those Sims that have, you know, possible relatives in other worlds. And like on the wiki, it says like there's no connection between the different Sims. Well, of course they couldn't make a connection between the different Sims that are in the different neighborhoods. The only way you could do that is if you connected the neighborhoods like I'm doing. And I've got like all these ideas and, you know, why this person's living here and why that person's living there. And the most interesting one is that Ron Lee. I really like the story that I came up with, which is why I'm hoping that she has some chemistry with him. Even though he's kind of older than her, I didn't realize he was an adult and not a young adult, but whatever. I have a list of all of the Sims that I found interesting. And a lot of them didn't have traits like that, what's his name? Sammy Jeckers or whatever, the one that I told you was the burglar. He only had one trait, just kleptomaniac, no other traits. So I got this really cool app on my phone. I'll have to try to remember to link it. It's like a wheel app, and I just sat there rolling everybody's new trait, or, you know, traits that didn't have traits. Oh, I gotta show you the Shallow family. Freaking story progression loves them. Mary Kay is a harpy. She's the town harpy. Her brother is the town bully. Their father is the town thug. Okay? And then Grandpa is the town vigilante. Grandpa's partner, you know, girlfriend or whatever, is Ma Bagley, who is, I think she's like the town baron or something, which is bad. You know, it's not like a good thing to be. And then there's, in the story progression personalities, there's one that's called Meanies. And we have 3 of the Meanies right here. So it's like, oh man, if too bad they don't have another kid. They would have, you know, the whole set of Meanies. So I had them adopt a boy named Dennis to make him the town brat, because he's like the Dennis the Menace. So they adopted a kid just so that I can make him the town brat. John here, he's the town magnate, I think it's called. And then his new wife is the town cat. So it's so funny because, like, he's supposed to be this, I don't know, leader or whatever. Some people are supposed to look up to, which, you know, on the sly, they're not good, but, you know, they're supposed to be. And she's like the town thief. I love it. What is Hunter? Oh, he's the leader of Town Loon. Oh, somebody else was before. Dawn obviously is the Casanova. Constance is the town nerd. Lucky is the town mooch. I think that's everybody. I actually didn't have all the personalities turned on before, but I ended up turning them all on. Oh, I can turn tourists. I turned off tourists because I was having a hard time telling the difference between who is a homeless sim and who is a tourist. So I turned off tourism altogether. Tourists, allow tourists. Okay. Golly gee willikers, I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, dude, I haven't turned aging back on. So much has been going on. Like, you just don't understand. Like, I feel like totally relieved that I can actually play. My extremely long explanations of all of the things that I've been doing lately have made me so confused. I don't even remember who lives there now. Ortiz. All I gotta say is, if you think it's confusing me constantly changing subjects when I'm talking about something, imagine living in my head. Like, this is the way I am all the time. I'm not gonna read that, whatever it says, until I finish talking about what I was trying to say. It's been like 12 sim hours and I still haven't gotten to it. So I picked out, basically, some of these sims that either have interesting traits, or I thought of an interesting, you know, oh, no, eat the angel food cake. Yum. I forgot she had that when she went to a restaurant. So, yeah, right, so I picked out some sims that were originally, is that Bill's? Whoa. Were originally homeless, or service, and I kept them as, I added them to the world, basically. I put most of them in a household over here, but story progression has started moving them into their own houses. So this whole thing was just supposed to be an intro to me saying I was going to give them makeovers. But it's taken me so long, and I've gotten so distracted so many times that I'm not going to have enough time, I don't think, to put that into this video. Oh my gosh. I do not care if you went to the market to sell something. I can't wait to get ambitions back. Oh, because they've all got like gems and stuff in their inventories that they can't sell. Because you can't sell them anything without, you know, thrift shop. Anywhere, not anything. I need to give them all makeovers. Well, you know, not like major makeovers. A couple of them I noticed, you know, from far away, looking at them from town view, it looks like their hair's messed up or something. So, oh, and then I made a couple new cases, going by like some ideas that I read on like NRAS forums and stuff. I don't know if it's NRAS or NROS. I say it different every time. I instead of putting like status, social status or whatever, I just put wealth, the money signs, and they have like different tax amounts that they pay, and like they can only marry like in certain you know, wealth brackets and stuff like that. And it's just a little added thing. I have to go through and look at the priority of the different cases to see like what is overpowering what. Is it really 7 p.m.? I've been just sitting here talking for like 12 hours staring at the map. I feel bad. Okay, so this household here is like the grandpas or something, but only one of them has kids and a grandchild. So I was thinking of giving the other two their, children. All right, so I guess I'm gonna stop. Yeah, I'm gonna give all these people in this household a makeover, which actually some of them, the Sims have moved out. Justin Ortiz is one of them. I think unless I can do a lot of editing to this video, there's no way that I'm going to be able to fit the makeovers in the same video as this, especially since I'm going to add in the thing in the beginning where I was showing you what I had done to this house. And I've actually done more to it. Turn on all lights. I got like nicer fixtures, but I used the colors that were already in the room to make them like look less nice. And I kind of tried to junk up the refrigerator and stove and make them look a little less nice. I did the same sheets, but in a little bit nicer of a bed. For real, I'm actually going to go now. Thanks for watching. Bye.